I was sitting in my office one day and I had one of my soldiers that I work with come into my office, and I knew he'd been struggling for a while and having some problems, and he walked into my office and he pulled a revolver out of his back pocket and put it down on my desk and said, "Here, I need you to take this because I'm going to use it." And sat there probably for an hour and a half and just talked to him, waiting for help to come.
I had done an outreach at our vet center and had a veteran who had come in to see me about his VA benefits. But through the course of our visit, it was clear that this veteran was suicidal. He is actually a Marine Corps veteran with a Purple Heart. It was the look of hopelessness that had finally come across his eye, and when he was there with me, it was obvious that he had fought as long as he could fight on his own, and he was getting tired.
It was PTSD. He had been over to Iraq. He'd served one tour with the Marines, 2 with the National Guard, and he had just seen things. He'd had to do things, and I think that was the hardest thing for him. As a soldier, as a Marine, he had to do things in the name of war that were outside his nature on a personal level.
It was him actually saying, "I can't do this anymore." And when you tell me that you can't do it anymore, obviously I'm going to ask you, what does that mean? And I knew this veteran had a loaded weapon in his car. So not only is he feeling overwhelmed with the idea of dealing with everything, he also has the means and the ability to do that.
I had a neighbor who lived behind me in the alley, and woke up one night to the sound that I knew was a gunshot. So I hurried down. I actually reached for my gun, and God said, "Don't." So I didn't take it. I came down and went around out in the alley, and there was a cop car pointing this way and one this way, and right on my pad where my garage is was a Marine in his dress blues. I still remember the cover upside down with the strap hanging down and the what would have been the right side button missing. And I didn't know he was a vet, man. I said hi to him all the time, but I didn't know he was a vet.
Hello there. Package for Brennan Silver.
Ah,
Yeah.
the only one I've had in years.
The last one.
Yep, I got it on July 10th, so.
Great.
I just went ahead and scanned it as delivered. I figured you knew it was here, so if you try to track it, it was here. There it is.
Magic, man. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it.
Happy to hold it for you.
Perfect. This is great. The last one.
One last climb and we're done. Go home.
Boy, that's a view. What a day.
just check an ID and put a card on file for you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
a legislative fix to come soon. So at some point, presumably, the Secret Service officers working here at the White House behind me will be able to be paid for their overtime. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Eamon Jaffers at the White House.
Well, we are 95% of the way through second quarter earnings season with many of the big name companies.
Sometimes there are no words for a journey that changes you. But my part in this journey has come to an end. I think some people expect you to have all the answers or solutions to a problem, like veterans living homeless, because you take on something like this. But the truth is, I'm just a regular guy, a regular Marine. I'm just the prophet with a camera and a backpack who went out and did something. My hope is that anyone who watches this will think a little more about veterans who live close to them, homeless or not. Maybe someone in Congress or Washington will watch one of these interviews and feel inspired to create some houses where vets can get back on their feet and build each other up together. But my part is done now. Now it's up to the rest of America. It's time for me to go home.
When my world is falling apart, when there's no light to break up the dark, that's when I look at you. When the waves are flooding the shore and I can't find my way home anymore, that's when I look at you. When I look at you, I see forgiveness. I see the truth. You love me for who I am, like the stars hold the moon, right there where they belong. And I know I'm not alone. Yeah, when my world is falling apart, when there's no light to break up the dark, that's when I look at you. When the waves are flooding the shore and I can't find my way home anymore, that's when I look at you.
Some of the biggest things to help a person can be done in the smallest ways, and that can go from a smile to a handshake. I think we just all need to be kinder to each other. And I know we've all heard quotes about everyone has a struggle, but if we could open our hearts just a little bit more, to have a little more compassion and a little more understanding, and try to put ourselves in another person's shoes with even the smallest of gestures of a smile, I think it would go an immensely long way to help people who have had very difficult times in the military, who have had struggles since they left the military. I think it would do a lot more than people realize, and it's only a small thing.